Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. And that thing I showed you at first is an old postcard of mine, my business card for a while. And it is resting on a 16 by 20 inch canvas with my OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula available on my Amazon link, where if you shop there it's at no added cost to you and it helps me out. And it's on the link tree, the first blue link underneath the video. So my plans include attempting to make something sort of similar to that. And yesterday I did an ocean themed swipe, and what I most wanted was more black and white. And I really think I'm just going to make patterns that include a bunch of black and white and then fill in with colors. And I'm not going to stop until I feel like I'm comfortable. I've got some Meeden black paint, M-E-E-D-E-N. I've only used the Meeden black and the white, but they are very good cell producers. I'm not feeling like I need to have just thin strands. I'm feeling like I can fill in areas, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I know once I start using my tools, is that enough? No. No, it's not. It's not enough. I think I might also indulge myself in both the dioxazine purple and the Prussian blue, because the other colors will be lighter. Also, when I swipe, my plan is to use the paint on the swipe cards to go over the edge. That's a color I haven't used a lot. That's a color shifting blue that I added some purple to, obviously. So I don't think I can have too much paint, although I will keep a scrape dish handy. And so far I haven't added the colors that I was thinking about adding, the pinks and the Velveeta, which is actually called Dairy Lid through some companies. But I am trying to move my colors around so I like them. I don't know what the pattern or the design is going to be like yet. I do know that I'm going to keep going until I like all the colors I've got. That was an electric blue from Arteza. This is a folk art color shifting turquoise. And I kind of I'd like to concentrate on some areas, make some areas more solidly some colors than others. This is a turquoise that has iridescent pearl fine in it from Golden. I made this color up because they stopped selling the color that I bought that was like this color. I think what I used was a lake blue from Anita's. It's not coming out anymore. That's not good. And a little bit of Arteza phthalo green. Yes, there was a big clot in there, and there is more stuff in the threads. It's time to clean my threads out again. I guess it's always time to clean my threads out. But I want to start getting to some other colors because I'm getting nervous that the blues are going to take over completely. Blues and purples. I don't think I got the whole plot out. Oh well, I got enough for now. So I have made up a folk art neon purple that has iridescent pearl fine added to it, which lightens it up nicely, and it dries a lot brighter. And I am having a good time composing. And I actually, if I were doing my regular abstract expressionist artwork, I could probably just stop and leave one of these. It wouldn't be a problem. But I do like swiping. Now I'm going to pull out the Hot Orchid from Color Art that has a mixture in it. It is added to a Vivid Polypore. I did not have this when I made that postcard. And I'm thinking about using some red, metallic red. I think it's a Deco Art. And some magenta. There's the magenta. That's a golden magenta. I should use more of it because I love it, but I don't just because it's so darn expensive. I'm going to try and continuously control myself. I know when I start to swipe that things will begin to come together. This is an amethyst from Artist Loft. I don't mind having a whole bunch of different purples at all. I am getting to the point where I better put my intended oranges and yellows in. Although I'm very tempted also by some gold. Now, this is kind of important. I'm not mixing them, so there really shouldn't be a problem as I swipe. But you never know. I definitely want some orange. This is actually a folk art color shifting red that is very close to orange. It doesn't mean I'm not going to add some actual orange. My orange usually has some iridescent pearl fine added to it. And I'm going to grab that. I've also got a neon pink. Okay, I've got my orange. I wonder if I have enough white in there. I think that orange is going to help me. I'm going to be using my Amsterdam black cell activator that has 10 drops of pre-stained wood conditioner from Minwax added to 2 ounces of mixed up with my pouring recipe, which is below the video. That's pretty. Am I done? Pretty close. I'm definitely going to need a scrape dish because there's a lot of paint there. I want to start in the middle a little bit. We'll see how that works. I'm not done with the pinks by any stretch. I've just decided that I need a lot more pink. I have some lighter pink. That was the Hot Orchid again. This is a color I tried to match the Hot Orchid, which is a neon pink from Folk Art. And I'm having too much fun. So thank you for joining me, you guys. And remember that if you check on the end screen video, the exhibition video changes every month, and it has new prizes for the monthly drawing that will happen at the beginning of the month this month. Whichever month that is. Didn't used to be that way. It used to be the end of the month. I didn't put any gold in there, and I have a little bit of color shifting purple flash. And I think that's going to go in there too. I'm going to definitely... I better remember that scrape dish. I haven't really crossed much of anything over, but once I add the cell activator, so that's pretty sharp. So what did I say I didn't put in there yet? I didn't put any of that white, excuse me, that pale pink, which will act as, for me, I think of it as a filler. But it might add a little bit of highlight quality. I should just leave this alone. Really and truly. One of these times. My inclination is to just drop gold all over everything. And I think that is what's going to happen. So, this is the here goes nothing moment. And whatever color I forgot to put in there, it's just too late. It's just too late and too bad. I'm going to grab myself a little scrape dish, although I've got a bigger one. I want to use my new weird tool, but I also want to use other tools as well. I have a piece of acetate that I cut with a round, and if I start in the middle, I can usually pull that around. So I'm going to put some of this Amsterdam black into my dip dish. I'm going to get my scrape dish someplace handy. And there's my first. Let's just continue like that. Because I can use those colors to cover my edges afterwards. Now I think I want to play with, for a minute or two, my strange. It's a silicone covered makeup applicator stuck to a silicone straw. With super glue gel. And it struck me as a good idea at the time because I wanted something that didn't have a hard edge. I'm not getting much white, but I certainly am getting quite a few cells. I really wish the Amsterdam white would sell the same way that black does. I have not experienced that yet. I just kind of figure if I run that along the top edge of the canvas, I'm likely to get some paint falling down and covering my edge that will match. I want to wipe that off on my studio rag. I definitely want more white some other time. I have another little tool. Go figure. I have several actually. These are stuck to bamboo skewers that I let get broken in half, and I cut sheets with a little tag on and taped them to the bamboo skewer and then put a bend in them. It helps if the skewer goes all the way down to the paddle part. So let's just grab that thing I can see in there that does not belong. Wipe off my tool again. It doesn't take much. I think I'll just take advantage of that black right there and use it as a cell activator, because the Meeden black definitely sells. These little tools, if for no other reason, make one so you have something to cover your edges, if that's something you like to do. Definitely another one with white next time. I really want to try it. I've got gold. I've got some white. I want to try it once. I'll just put it right on the tool. And twiddle my tool right around. I don't think, oh, I got cells. Definitely got cells. Less paint next time. I do use GAC 800 by Golden to make sure that if my paint is left heavy that it doesn't crack. I've got more little tools. As long as I've got a heavy enough base layer of paint, they drag quite nicely. They do catch a little bit more than it has in the past. I just cleaned that off too. I'm kind of surprised that that's not behaving better. I'm looking for a bubble. Is that a bubble or something else? Seems like it's something else. So what else? I think I'm going to go back and try and use that white again. Oh, I grabbed black. That was a dumb moment. should do this into a puddle in the middle and then tip it and see what happens. Seldom have I just dipped into the paint and then dragged it over the side. But this is supposed to be all about the cells, although right now I want to grab sometimes there are threads attached to these bamboo skewers. I do like adding spirals. It doesn't take much to fill in a gap. This looks like a lot like something else I did when I was first using these tools. You could do this probably with just a piece of cut acetate. That was something stuck to my finger. I do have a lot of cells. I think if I had less paint, I'd have something I wanted to tip more, but I like what I've got enough so that I want to be cautious about destroying something cool. I'm definitely going to put a layer of paint down first and add my dribbles to that. I want to find out what happens when I take this white paint, this Amsterdam paint, I've got, wow, that went by really quickly. Well, I don't mind those. I was thinking I didn't like that dark spot, but I don't seem to mind it at all. And I will torch. And I'm almost done. So tell you guys, if when you shop my Amazon link, it's at no added cost to you. I might have mentioned that. And I appreciate when you do that, because you can buy anything on Amazon from my link, and it eventually adds up and helps me out a little bit. Helps me buy art supplies. The way to contribute through PayPal or Patreon is also the way to get into the monthly drawing. So if you happen to be a contributor through PayPal or Patreon, you can find the icons on my YouTube channel banner on the bottom right hand corner. This has got so many cells. It's amazing. And I want to try it with less paint and see what else I get. I'll be fixing up my edges for a while. I have over 19 lists of 100 videos. Actually, I have 20 lists, and the 20th one is becoming populated with the last 100 videos. I have 2,000 videos. They're ready to be seen, but they're not scheduled. They're scheduled, but they're not aired yet. How about that? So let's torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint. Check my link tree under the video for PayPal and Patreon links. Also, for my website and my Facebook groups, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors for albums of the YouTube artworks, both wet and dry sometimes. Okay, I've got that right in the middle. Do I want to add anything? Am I okay with leaving it just the way it is? The answer is obviously no. So I've got 1 minute left to tell you guys, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. Share my videos when you get a chance. If you want to help support the studio, please watch as long as you can stand. That's the one thing that really speaks to the YouTube algorithm, to help me have some sort of presence here. I'm not competition for anybody, but my channel is kind of different. This is fun. This might make some really cool fabric, which reminds me, I have Le Gallerist on the link tree, which is high-end fashions. And if you're looking for less expensive, less flamboyant, less wonderful things, well, no, they're not less wonderful, actually. Look for pixels.com and Fine Art America, and Teespring Clothing under the video is mine, and it has all-over print leggings and all-over print t-shirts. This has got the patterns that I was looking for, so I'm just going to try harder to use less paint on my next version of this. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I will see you anon. This is Priscilla Batzell.